Fair Warning by John Brunner. Naturally, no people wants anybody sticking his nose in to interfere with complete freedom of action. Everyone wants to be free to do as he believes best. I had this from someone I met in a London pub, so it's only fair to stress that A, it's at best second-hand, and B, as the phrase goes, names have been changed to protect the innocent. There was a young man sitting at the bar. I came up and ordered a drink. He saw the pin on my lapel, which I always wear, the sign of the Society for the Prevention of Nuclear War. Pointing at it, he said, "You're scared." I said yes, because it was true. After all, the pin was there to provoke discussion with people. But I hoped he wasn't going to pick an argument at the moment, because he was clearly rather drunk. He said, "I'm in the Navy. I'm scared. Sit down and listen." The island lay baking in the sun like a large round cake. It was iced around the edge and all across its center with bright white sand decorated with a crisscross design of felled trees, and on the sand a greeting for some giant child's birthday had been written in the haphazard hieroglyphs of vehicle tracks. Exactly at its midpoint was a black cabin made of corrugated iron. Around this, in a tidy radial arrangement, latticework steel towers took the place of candles. The whole set was on a blue-silver platter of the Pacific Ocean and measured rather less than 2 miles each way. It was an elaborate confection. Beyond it, pegged out on the almost moveless water, there were large ships, none of them closer than 15 miles away. Beached in soft sand, or anchored to the atoll which ran out from the eastern side of the island, a few feet below the surface, there were little ships. They were there to remove the men now working on the island to what was politely called a safe distance when 0 hour approached. Yesterday the island had boasted over 100 inhabitants, but most had already gone. Now there remained a mere dozen of couple people on the shore, mainly servicemen along to do the donkey work of fetching and carrying. Already the landing craft were being loaded with an unexpected experiment. Half-tracked trucks, spare scaffolding, the tents and field kitchens which had done their best to make the island seem military and efficient during the past few weeks. But it took the black cabin to make it look like anything other than a tropical paradise. Shortly, of course, it would be rather more a tropical hell. A number of boats, fully loaded, moved away from the shore. Eventually, one solitary boat headed in the opposite direction. It was one of the smallest vessels in sight, but even so, it was ridiculously large by comparison with the single packing case, which was its cargo.